Hi, it's me, Celeste, your canary in the coal mine. So I wanted to talk today about this water crisis that's happening in Michigan, where people are concerned that lead is being leached from the pipes into their water supply and that it's causing damage to children. Well, it also causes damages to everybody. It's just more noticeable in children and in the elderly. So it's brought to mind the idea, like, how safe is my drinking water? We get a report in my town that says what the different levels of different chemicals are, and it all looks good, but I look at it and I think to myself, gee, there must be 100 chemicals here. And if I'm taking in just a little bit of all these different things and my body has to flush that out again, isn't that kind of a strain on my body, even though none of the individual chemicals exceeds federal standards? So my solution has been not to go to bottled water, because that's got its own problems. I'm going to talk about that in a separate video. But instead, I got a steam distiller, and I drink distilled water all the time. I don't want to buy it at the grocery store. It's too expensive, and it comes in plastic bottles that leach chemicals back into it, so it's not really distilled water in the first place. But you can buy little countertop units for about $300 to $500 that allow you to create your own distilled water. And so I make for myself a gallon of distilled water every day, and more if I was going to boil something and needed the water for cooking. So I use distilled water for all my drinking and all my cooking. Now you might ask, why would I want to do that? What's the matter with the tap water? Well, besides the fact that we're not sure exactly what the state of our tap water could be, the other issue is that one of the body's main ways of disposing of toxic waste from metabolic processes is to dump it into the blood and then have it filtered out through the kidneys. So the water in our bodies is one of the main garbage disposal systems in the way the body works. So I want that water. I want to take in as much absolutely pure water as I possibly can, because then the body has a lot of space in that water to throw stuff away and have it taken away out of the body. So I use distilled water for all my cooking and all my drinking. Now, some people have asked me, well, if you do that, where are you getting your minerals from? Don't we get the minerals from our water? No, we don't. The minerals that are dissolved in the water are not in a form that the body can use. They're inorganic minerals, and the body needs organic minerals. We get our organic minerals from the fruits and vegetables we eat, not from the water we drink. The water we drink that has stuff in it just clogs up the pipes like it does in an old house. If you've ever seen the inside of pipes in an old house, I live in a 65-year-old house, and the inside of the pipes are so narrow now, it's like clogged arteries. You know, the water comes out of the taps in very small quantities in comparison to when the house was new, because there's so much residue in the pipes. So, as I said, my personal solution was to get a steam distiller, and I make my water every day. It's just part of my normal maintenance process. They don't cost that much when you consider the cost of, they cost between $300 and $500. Now that sounds like a lot, but consider how much you're spending if you're buying bottled water all the time. I bet you could pay for a steam distiller in 1 or 2 years worth of buying all that bottled water. And they last a very long time. I had my first one for over 15 years, and I had 2 small repairs that had to be done during those 15 years. But it lasted for 15 years. I'm on my second one now, and it's on its 6th year. So I'm completely convinced that I have been, a long time ago, these units paid for themselves, and that they're well worth getting when you consider the protection that they offer to your health. So I'm going to record another few videos about this subject of water, and what I'm going to record next is going to be about why it's important to filter all the water in your house, not just the water you're going to be drinking and cooking with. So until the next time, this is your canary in the coal mine, signing out. Thank you, and be well.